Hey fellow gamers, Chatty, Sisa here. This is the 11th part of my first ever playthrough of Mass Effect Andromeda, and today we'll get to know our crew a little bit better in the Tempest and also our companions. We'll get a lot of background information and there is a ton of dialogues in this one. Unfortunately there's no combat today, but I hope that you can still enjoy this one. Thanks a lot already upfront to everyone who pushes that like button below. Well, again, before we start, a couple of points. First of all, I have noticed when I was editing the previous part that I have missed to talk to the doctor here. And then I have also missed to visit the very last building here at the back of the settlement. So let me go there as well. Thankfully, I'm reviewing the recordings in the meantime. And then I have again a couple of points written down, which I've noticed. First of all, the squad mates' armor and weapons. I was wondering about them always keeping the same weapons and the same armor, and I was wondering if there is anything that I could do, because I didn't see the option like it was in the previous Mass Effect games, that I could basically give them some specific armor or update their weapons. And I have noticed that when I went online and looked for a couple of discussions, that people have mentioned that it's automatically upgraded every time they level up. So it's fine for me. This is good, so I don't have to take care of that. It's let's say more convenient. I don't have to keep that in mind to upgrade their weapons and to switch it and deal with them as well. But I would like to have had the option maybe to mod their weapons a little bit like I had in the previous Mass Effect trilogy, so that's something that I'm a little bit missing. Then the other one, the research. So you have noticed probably in the previous part that the research was quite heavily edited, and I really just picked a couple of things because I did spend a lot of time on that one. So for me, I appreciate the thought of the game developers trying to make the options so varied and so big, and really to give people many possibilities when they want to research and upgrade something. But I think it's too much. It's almost too much, and it does take a very long time, especially for the first time when you have never played the game before. It takes you a very long time to go back and forth between weapons, compare the stats. The one thing which I have noticed already previously, which was a little bit bothering me, was the fact that you cannot simply compare one weapon against another, even if you don't have it on yourself, so even if you're not wearing it. Because I would have loved to, have like a comparison tab where I could pick 2-3 weapons and just compare the stats next to each other. I had to switch back and forth, and that was not really very convenient, to be honest. So that was something that I'm lacking here, and yeah, as I said, probably a little bit less would have been better. What I have noticed, the funny thing is also that we have found back on Habitat 7, which is a completely different planet in a completely different solar system, a plant which was here again in the remnant buildings. When you remember when we were walking around the vault trying to make the atmospheric processor work, there were these plants, and we were wondering like what are the plants doing there, and then I've noticed and I realized, okay, that's exactly the same plant as was on Habitat 7. So I'm really wondering now if this is something specific like from the game and this is on purpose, or if it's just really, let's say, repurposing the fauna and flora from one planet to another by the devs. So that's one thing that I've noticed. So yeah, I'm looking forward to go through the game and see if the plant pops up again. And another little bit, I have noticed that when I am now having the Sentinel as profile, that I have this tech armor. It's not visible normally, it only becomes visible when a rider starts to take damage. So I have noticed then that's when you see the outline of the tech armor. And I have to say I've also noticed that yes, we are taking much less damage than we were before. So I think this was a good option to go for the Sentinel. I think I'll stick with that. The only thing which I really miss for now is just, you know, augmentations or mods for the Valkyrie, where I would like to have this auto firing, consistent non-stop firing option, and not just 2-3 rounds at once. So yeah, that one will be the next important bit for me. Let's go to the doctor and let's visit that last building, and then we come back to the Tempest and leave the planet. I think the doctor was here. And oh, I think it was upstairs actually, because I was wondering why I have missed to go upstairs, and yeah, that's the building which we have missed as well. So yeah, let's go up. I love these jump jets. I know I've said it already, but yeah. And there's the doctor we've missed.
Right. August said you might swing by. Right, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on EOS. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not here for a checkup. How can I help you?
No? Okay. Life on EOS. Yeah, let's start with the upper right
What's it
corner.
like living in our first successful outpost?
It's early days, but promising. Everyone pitches in, everyone matters. We know we'll make this work.
Why did you join the Andromeda Initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but let's say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many.
Ouch.
I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, suggested I consider it. This seemed like a better frontier.
So a lot of people who are here know each other personally, which I think is actually a good thing, because they will be more inclined to cooperate. Hopefully better than the leading people currently on the Nexus. But at least the ones here on the ground, let's say, those, it's good that they know each other, I think.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-in colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
What do you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. He was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
Okay. Okay, but that mayor has military background. I think that's also good for the colony or that settlement, if the cat should attack it again. So yeah. Okay, that was an interesting discussion, so let's visit the other building now.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
Okay. That was nice. There's a lot of shuttles coming and going. Okay, and that building is not accessible. Yeah, I'm wondering what's in the back here. There is a track, so probably we can explore, but I'm currently afraid even to go out a little bit further, because that radiation level 3 was just yeah. Let's go to the Tempest. Preferably not through the water, because obviously the game doesn't like it.
Take a peek at the plans for the Padromos research labs. Shiny.
Return to the Tempest. Yep. Depart the planet. Yeah, we have to.
Ascent is go.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for Peebee and Drack.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed. That's
Escape pods.
Fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
Work it out, whatever, it's cool. Yeah, I seriously don't care, honestly. Like,
I don't care where anyone sleeps, as long as we realize what a kick-ass team we have. Let's talk
Yeah.
about our success on EOS. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every
Yes.
turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Oh, come on.
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
Thank you for realizing that.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
I'm just sitting there looking like, okay, they're talking and deciding here like, hello, we're standing right there. What do you need from us? I would like you to get along.
Let's be kind and give each other the benefit of the doubt. Finding a home for tens of thousands in this hellscape is stressful enough without adding dysfunction.
Yeah.
You got it, boss.
If Krogan are known for one thing, it's getting along.
Not humility or self-awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus.
I think Cora isn't very fond
Peebee,
of Drack being
see
on
Lexi
board.
for physical? Good meeting, everyone.
Yeah. First meeting with the team. VidCon. Use. No calls available at this time. Alright. Good to know that there is a VidCon here. I haven't noticed it before.
I'm in the galley when you're free.
Okay. Yeah, let me avoid the research center for now. We had enough of that. Okay, let me check out the back area here.
If you're looking for me, I'm in the escape pod room.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, we can call the lift to go down in style. But let me check if I can talk to Gil. Oh yeah, I can.
Pathfinder, making the rounds. Slumming it, huh? Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Hey, this is the most important part of the ship.
Whoa, don't tell me they put someone smart in charge for a change. I am at your command.
Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
I can coax more out of this baby than some might think, but we shouldn't go too far or push too hard between Nexus stops. For now. It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Locked in idle too long, you start to drift. People, same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the initiative.
Yeah, you and many others.
I doubt you were the only one.
Yes, but it's a new thing for me, regret. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties, no real sense of purpose. Figured maybe I'd find my true calling in Andromeda. Then I got here and, oops, I just made a decision there's no turning back from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
Yeah, no real purpose. It's not so great to have someone like this as taking care of the most important part of the ship. Alright. Not me specifically, a Pathfinder
You mean how jazzed you were that
as
a
such.
Pathfinder showed up?
Yeah.
Tomato, potato. You just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make sure she can get there. Deal?
Deal.
How to put it? I understand there's a lot of young people because those are usually those which you would send out to explore. But in certain positions I would expect someone more mature. And this just didn't sound like it, so yeah. I don't know what to think of this guy. Let me see if I can talk to him a little bit more.
Long time no chat. What's up?
Okay, so there are new options.
Seems like we have a good group here.
Well, Vetra and Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. Peebee's a real spark plug. I like her, but she's exhausting. And Drack's my kind of guy. Brash, takes no shit. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the doc's kinda nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
Yeah, you're on a ship where you have a certain line of command, so you should get used to someone being by the book. Yeah. Not sure I like his attitude, to be honest. Yeah, we need that.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Kallo?
He's a pilot.
Which means...
He flies the ship.
we're leaving it at that then?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
Yeah. No further comments rather here.
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly?
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call, capital R, ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
How tough was it on the Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Nope.
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation, imagining which would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy.
Yeah.
We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Okay, that one was a good take. Yeah, I have the same opinion on that revolt. Okay, let's talk to the other ones.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Pathfinder, help me with something?
Couch.
I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable. Plus, the fabric diffuses the charge from an overclocked Omni blade. Not giving up a 6% boost, right?
Did that sentence make sense? Yeah.
Right. What?
Never mind. BS for the requisition. So, finally time for that beer? And after 2 years and a dozen suspensions, I took a lateral promotion out of the force. Being a cop just didn't fit. But crisis response? Digging people out of trouble? That worked. I bet Hustle followed you into a few peace actions. Think about your Alliance days much?
Yeah, I'm interested in this one. What is that?
Tell me about your group.
Heavy Urban Search Terrain 1? Yeah. Earth's contribution
Okay.
to a multi-species disaster response unit. HUST-1, but Hustle looks much better on the patch. All civilians, retired vets, or shits like me. I was fiercely bearded. Tastes better just thinking about those days.
You don't want to dwell on, you know, the good old days. But there is some stuff that you will be missing for sure, so... Yeah, I don't think about that time.
I put it behind me after Dad's work went sour. It was a long time ago.
600 years, give or take. So, Pathfinder, Why Andromeda?
That blunt, huh?
That blunt.
Love of science opportunity.
Started in the Alliance, but it was the science that kept me going. And when that ended, well, if I wanted to be a part of the next big discovery, it had to be here.
Ah, I don't hear idealist a lot. Everyone's cynical.
Back at you, Costa. Why do you come?
I want to say I'm running from my past, but really running from myself. That'd be a great story. But it's bullshit. I had family, friends, a good enough job, nothing was wrong. I just heard about the initiative and I believed in it. I believed in a new beginning. Still do. I have to. We're in it.
Alright, so basically his motivation was also, you know, curiosity and the will to explore. That's commendable, I'd say. Yeah, I would like to change direction because currently, as from what I can see, people are having way too many issues between each other, and that's just like the mindset which I've mentioned before. You come to a new galaxy and you would like to start anew, and then you bring this old mindset with you. Yeah. I think we need to change a little bit.
We can't go back, but we're not trapped by decisions a galaxy behind us.
I don't feel trapped. We came from a good place for good reasons. We keep that in mind, it'll steer us right, just like back in Crisis Response. Remember the essentials. A new start guided by the Pathfinder. And team. I'll bust my tail to make that a good story.
Okay. Alright, so this is his spot, obviously. Let me see if he has something more to say.
Prodromos. Sounds good, doesn't it? We started Pathfinder. A new life. That is goddamn brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we could help out to do this first settlement. Tell me something more about you.
You barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it'd all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
Okay, let's ask a little bit about the family.
Tell me about your family.
I missed the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right? That's the thing everyone does. Mom Joelle, Dad Calvin, both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave. It was traditional. How about you?
Sadly, non-traditional. Who defines traditional? Who defines traditional?
Traditional is a weird term for family, like normal. Who's that describe?
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. I sure didn't keep the
I'd say
tradition.
normal for everyone,
to my mom
a
and
little
dad
bit different.
And got on a ship to Andromeda.
It's interesting that he joined even though he left so much behind.
You were a cop, then crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did. But it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
He said best years of my life, so yeah, sounds
You
satisfying.
found your place. Not everyone gets that.
Yeah.
I knew it. Glad for it every day. And that led me here.
Okay, I think when we say goodbye, there is still something more we can talk about when we talk to him.
We'll talk later.
I know it. Pathfinder?
Yeah, my skill as a Pathfinder. I have noticed this.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing at the job.
I'm committed to the initiative. You're Pathfinder. It's as simple as it gets.
Okay, and that's all you have to say. That's not really very helpful. Okay.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Alright, let's find the others.
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi.
Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Okay. Am I interrupting? Yeah.
Hope I'm not
Seems to
interrupting
be a
something
private
important.
call.
Not at all. We were just finishing up.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
What?
So I know
Oh,
it feels
come
like I
on.
just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
I guess it beats the Nexus. I guess it beats the Nexus.
I would have done the same just to get off the Nexus.
That's not why I came. Sure, I want to explore the galaxy, but I'm really here to work. I know everyone on the crew, even the actuators Gil prefers for the ship. Better, I know how to get my hands on them. With me around, your crew's going to be at their best. We've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Okay. You're intense, I like it. Yeah, if she would be male. Sorry. And you're good with guns. Yeah. There was
Ability
this
to haggle with the
smuggler
locals?
thing, right? I
Great.
wanted to ask about.
Please tell me you're also good in a fight.
Like I said before, Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. I
Yeah.
do what I have to. We all have a personal stake in this. If it keeps going the way it's been, we're all dead. I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. Back channels, you know. We'll chat later?
Typically Turian. Yeah, let me go through the dialogue options with her, because I'm guessing that there will be some. They keep forgetting that I should scan some stuff, like here, for example. Trade goods. And I think that's it. Yeah, well, let me go back then to the other places where I have talked to Liam and Gil, and let me just check quickly if there is something new to scan.
Terraforming, Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
Yeah, that's why it's an adventure.
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure.
Yeah.
It would just be moving, and everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone. Blah.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
Oh, yeah, come on. Find a home.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
Okay. You saw the uprising. I think I'll keep that one as last. Because I'm really wondering, based on what I've heard, why she hasn't mentioned that she's in touch with the people who have left. Yeah. Let's start with the initiative.
How did you hear of the Andromeda Initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually I figured out something was going on, something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
So again, some people who know each other. Good connections. You mentioned back channels. Yeah, I'm interested in that
You
one.
talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
Okay. That seems predatory. No, that's not predatory at all. That's normal business, I would say. At least in these circumstances, for sure. Yeah. Let's go
Can't
with
be
this
that
one.
simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell me about the uprising.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the initiative go
I
to all
don't
this
think
trouble
so.
just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't. And that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
Okay. Oh well. I don't think that someone would be investing so much money, because that had to be an immense amount of money, on something where they would think that it will not work out. Why even bother? I think the initiative was a good idea. It's just that in the meantime there is this remnant tech which is causing some issues, obviously, which they couldn't have known.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Couch. Worn-in couch. Oh, now we can scan the core. Okay, I think that's the med bay, if I remember it right.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years in the Hyperion looking after your brother.
That's the doctor whom we did speak to, Primarch Victus. Alright. Yeah, it's a good thing that he's there. Welcome aboard.
Happy to have you, Dr. DePero.
I'll do my best. Now, hold still.
Ow!
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
Why is this voice so... I think I've heard it somewhere. Just no clue where. Another thing that will bother me, yeah. Maybe I'll figure it out. We'll see. Sounds a little bit like she doesn't want to be here. Or she's scared to be here. Yeah, it's natural to be nervous. You'll be great. Yeah, you'll be great, don't
I
worry.
couldn't be in better hands.
I just stabbed you.
We all have off
Just
days.
stabbed you.
I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here,
What?
a Ket corpse. For autopsy, a live subject would be better, but I'm not greedy.
Why do you
Come
care
on.
about the cat?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in alien anatomy. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
Alright. That's an actress. Damn. When she said that, hope with that voice, it was, yeah, I think I heard it somewhere. Yeah. Okay, now let me stop, because I will bore you to death probably then. Okay. Interesting thesis. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression. Yeah.
That's a very specific topic.
I grew up on Omega, lots of Krogan mercenaries. The best habitat outside Tuchanka. But we were discussing
Okay.
the Ket. An autopsy could teach us potential weaknesses, average lifespan.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats her vegetables.
Oh, come on. It's a vegetables. That was a nasty sentence, like a living specimen would be better. I'm not sure we want to bring a living cat here. They did the same with the humans and we weren't really happy. I don't think it's ideal to do the same. We don't want to be like the cat, right? Yeah, let me see if there is anything more to scan, but I don't think so. There is a data pad, so let me check that one out. You keep your rider safe and I'll do the same with mine, Harry. Yeah. Let me talk to her a little bit more to see if she has anything more to say.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean Peebee?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape
Stowaway.
pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
Escape pod, yeah. That was a good observation. Okay.
How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war.
Oh.
Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files and my brain by species.
Okay. That's an interesting sorting method.
Why do you sort them that way?
Just easier for me to see patterns in behavior.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Let's start first with the human crew.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
Oh, so we can ask about every single one of them.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you.
Yeah.
Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
I thought as much, yeah. She would have been technically the next in line, so... That was kind of unusual.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique. He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suvi okay?
She's remarkably adaptive. I'm kind of jealous.
That was quick.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time I patch him up, he breaks something new. Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's kind of reckless. Okay, let's ask about the non-human crew.
I'd like to check in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
Yeah, let's start with Peebee.
Is Peebee alright?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Okay. Alright.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
Yeah, again, this is again the typical Turian thing, I would say. That's how they are raised.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Okay, so he talks about everybody else. We have to talk to him then.
Is Drack good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can be so stubborn and so appreciative. Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Sure thing, he does need me. Yeah, when she's already asking, yeah. Sure thing.
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Yeah, we won't. And old Krogan might not take it so well.
Thanks for the insight.
Oh yeah, we have a couple of other options.
I need to talk to you about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel. From when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
Yeah, it was a turning point, definitely. I think he was he could see that he will not get anywhere with his ideas within the established Milky Way structures, I would say. I guess that's why he joined, and in the end the initiative, at least that's my guess.
It was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Yeah.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this. How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel.
Okay.
He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
So how did an Asari doctor end up on the human ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans.
Oh yeah.
Also, Harry insisted.
Forgot.
Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
Or he wanted to have, let's say, someone as backup whom he thought he can trust and rely on. Yeah, I would explain it, yeah.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Damn, that's an actress. Yeah. Alright. Let's investigate the rest of the ship. Crew info board, yeah. That was nice, okay. So Kallo has forgotten the provisions and Vetra got it covered. Yeah, good thing she's here. Lost and found coffee mug. Okay. You left it stuck sideways to a bulkhead. Next time maybe empty it first. The best headbutt is always the one you don't see coming, Drack. Okay. I think they will get along splendidly. Okay, let me try to find Drack and Peebee. I think Drack should be here. That's the kitchen, right?
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble. Oh, Rushan.
Who were you talking to?
Kesh, Nexus superintendent, thinks she can boss me around just because she's my granddaughter.
Granddaughter, okay. Okay, yeah, they all know each other. Yeah, no trouble is ideal.
I like the no trouble plan. How about we stick with that?
Kesh said not too much trouble, kid. Not no trouble. You can't make sure some trouble's always coming.
Oh yeah,
for
that's
you.
true.
That's not reassuring.
Life out here ain't reassuring. You'll get used to it.
Is that all you brought?
You travel lean when supplies are tight and you're on your own.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because she said that the Krogan have left, so I guess they're all together somewhere. She remained on the Nexus for her own reasons, but why is he not with his clan? That's a good question. Why is he on his own?
Leaving the Nexus can't have been an easy choice.
It was, actually. Staying became impossible.
Okay, talk
After
to me.
the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules or start our own colony. Easy choice. Bad consequences all around.
I understand why you left. The Nexus needs you. I still don't know exactly why they left. I don't think that's all like Tan not fulfilling his word. Nah, I think there was something more. Even though I can understand them wanting to leave, it still wasn't right. But I don't know. Yeah, what about Cash? Let's ask that first.
Not all Krogan left. Your granddaughter stayed.
Good thing she did. Without my Rushan, you wouldn't have had much of a station to tie your ship to. As for me, I'm way more useful out here. Lots to shoot at, for one.
Lots to shoot at. Yeah, the Krogan do have a problem with enclosed spaces, right? Yeah, let's go if the Nexus needs you.
Krogan could have made a real difference on the Nexus.
Staying under those conditions would have just resulted in another mutiny.
Alright.
We have a much better shot at something good out here.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, but separating themselves again from all the rest of the people, we're just splitting out to so many groups now. I mean, yeah, it's probably delusional to think that everything would be perfectly fine, but yeah, it would have made more sense later on when the species would like to have, let's say, more space for themselves and just separate on different planets, but the split this way, oof, yeah. Let's talk a little bit more to him.
Ryder, you meet Spender yet? Colonial Affairs, the ass in Assistant Director.
Yes!
Got no idea why Addison keeps him around. Spender lied to the Krogan during the uprising, and he's headed out for cash ever since. He's up to something. I just can't prove it. We should pay him a visit on the Nexus.
Are you sure it's him and not Addison herself? Because I wouldn't be so sure. Considering her attitude and what she said. Tell me something about that Nexus uprising.
Why did the Krogan leave the Nexus?
The Nexus got us Krogan to stop the mutiny. In return, we were supposed to get a say in station business. Spender, Addison's assistant, lied about the deal, and Tan came down hard. Too hard. So we left. Kesh is alone on that station now.
Tan doesn't exactly like the Krogan, so he took it a little bit too personal, or the decision was a little bit too emotional and too personal. And considering his position and what is at stake here, that was a mistake.
You think someone might try to hurt Kesh?
More like she airlocks Spender. Or he tries to stab her in the back, and then she airlocks him.
Yeah.
Dan wouldn't listen to me when I told him Spender had a part in the mutiny. I had no proof.
Okay.
So what's my part in this?
Things need to get sorted out, and my clan needs to get back on station without Spender messing things up. Way
All
I see
right.
it, you're probably the best one for that job.
So we will have to figure out if he had anything to do with it. Or Edison.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
Combat experience, that's a good question.
So, about all this combat experience you have, I'd love some details.
Yeah, stories.
The list will be shorter if you ask me what experience I don't have. I've been doing this for a long time now. Centuries. Shit, well over 1,000 years.
Whoa.
Don't even know how I'm still alive, to be honest.
Skill?
You need luck to be a merc. Skill, sure, but a whole lot of luck. And a really hard head.
Okay, so he's quite old. And experienced, and we should probably listen to him if he says anything fight-related. That's my guess.
How did you and Vetra meet?
That's right. Your father brought you into the project pretty late, didn't he? Must have been a pretty steep learning curve since they thawed you out.
You could say that.
You make do with what you get. Anyway, I met Vetra back when we were building the Nexus. She swiped supplies I was trying to get for Kesh right under my nose. I tried to intimidate her into turning them over to me, and let me tell you, that Turian takes shit from no one.
I had trying to intimidate a Turian. I don't think that it will be very successful. She's pretty awesome that way.
She really has a way of getting things done.
Yeah.
She sure does. But here's the best part. She waited until I saw her again in Kesh's office, no less, to tell me she'd been working for Kesh all along. They're both still laughing at me over that.
Okay. A little joke at his expense.
Tell me more about the Krogan colony.
My clan's there. We also got some scouts looking for any unclaimed territory to grab up. Got a decent setup going. Self-sustainable. The works.
But
Even
where?
some
How did you
farming.
find a
Farming?
habitable
Krogan
planet?
farm?
Food's food. Just because we can eat anything doesn't mean we gotta settle for scraps. I'm pretty fond of corcrow roots myself. Takes a while to chew through those.
Yeah, I would like to know where they settled. I mean, honestly, the first thing that everybody on the Nexus was complaining about was that there are no habitable planets. So we have exiles who mysteriously disappeared. We have people from EOS who have evacuated, again, also disappeared mysteriously somewhere. And then a Krogan which tells me that they have a colony somewhere. So there is obviously some habitable world there. Nobody just bothered to share the information with the Nexus, yeah? Yeah, I want to know more though, because I'm the Pathfinder.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity yet?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but that's where it stops. Putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Yeah. Like I said in the beginning. What are you talking about? What implant?
Why do you say that?
I've seen what bots can do when they turn on their creators. Been in some of those fights. There's a reason that kind of research was outlawed.
Yeah.
My peacekeeping career went up in smoke when news of what my dad was researching got out.
No shit. Ruined the writer name, I'll bet.
Almost.
I shouldn't complain about Sam, because basically he can hear and see everything. Like I said, we will actually never have again a conversation between four eyes. Never, ever again. That implant is not going anywhere with that AI. Yeah, Sam and I are a package deal.
Sam is part of what makes someone a Pathfinder. You're just going to have to deal with that.
So long as it's not in my head and it ain't messing with my body.
He has a good point.
What's it like to have Kesh as a granddaughter?
Kesh is my Rushan, child of my blood. Raised her myself. Damn proud of her too. She did good, even with me for a granddad.
Yeah, I like her. I said it right on the Nexus that I like
She's
her.
honest. Definitely blunt.
She had to take after me in some ways, I guess.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the war stories.
Got any stories or advice to share?
Does a pie jack scratch its butt?
Come on, combat advice.
Anything about the cat? Or combat in general?
Well, common cat are pretty straightforward. Hit them hard enough, they die like anything else.
War combat advice? Okay, let's see if he says anything
Tell me more
more.
about fighting Ket.
Wraiths are sneaky little shits, like to ghost up behind you when you least expect it. Just listen for them. They tend to give themselves away right before coming at you. Break through their head plates, then a headshot should do the trick.
Okay. More combat advice.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Destined are annoying, quick. Got some crazy mist that hides them from view, their friends too. Take a Destined down, and that mist goes away. Makes them a prime target, if you ask me. Perfect for grenade practice.
Grenade practice. Once more.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
There's just something wrong about the kid. The absolute single-mindedness.
They do obviously have some kind of agenda there, and they are trying to figure out the remnant technology. Like I said, we don't know why. I am just surprised by their animosity and how negatively they react to everyone who's not a cat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was it. But why is the war stories still in this color? Okay.
Got any stories or advice to share?
Does a pie jack scratch its butt?
Okay, so I guess we can always go back and ask for more combat advice. Good. Okay.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, one last thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, in his age, he can call me whatever he wants to. He's like 1,000 years old, come on.
Is everyone a kid to you?
Ha, when you get to be my age.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, just what I thought. Okay, let's check out the Pathfinder quarters. And see if we have anything new to customize in the wardrobe. Don't worry, I will cut this out. Okay, I like that hoodie. I think that that one is now added. I think it was part of that special delivery. So I do like this, and I can see that when I have customized the colors, they are reflected in the whole wardrobe. So each piece is having those colors. I will keep for now the initiative colors, because I like them, but yeah, maybe I'll play around with it later, let's see, but for now I will keep it. I think it makes more sense when she's a Pathfinder representing the initiative to have the initiative colors, so yeah. Let me check out the armor. Oh god, the helmet is awful. Good gosh. Yeah, let me maybe do that tinting and also do it the way that she looks like from the initiative. I have to go back to the clothing and see what colors we actually apply. Okay, so I did customize the color of the armor as well. Yeah, let's check out the rest of the Pathfinder's quarters. Maybe there are some new messages or something, so let's check it out, but the views are definitely very nice. I would probably turn the bed the other way around to look out the window. Yeah, that's a nice view. Okay, I can see we have the model of the Hyperion placed already here as well. Let me see if there are any emails. Asking for assistance. So we need to discuss something in person at the Nexus Labs, okay. Nexus Labs? Oh, so there is some new area open then, I guess, because there were no labs when we were there the first time. The firefighters speak with Dr. Aridana. Yeah, we have a lot of people to talk to on the Nexus. So let me check out, I think Peebee, we still need to talk to Peebee, and then Kallo and Suvi. There's quite a few people still. So let me find them and talk to them.
Nice place you found.
Ah, Cora,
Clean air,
okay.
plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I know that look. It's just my biotics reacting to all this. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick though. Like losing the old man.
Sounds very interesting.
How does a human soldier get to serve with
Yeah.
Asari?
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny that.
Okay.
The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. Sent me to Thessia to serve with the Huntress unit. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
Okay, so basically humans were scared of the biotics powers that she had.
You were his second in command. Were you friends too?
He was more a mentor than a friend. Prickly old bastard. But I respected that. People treat geniuses like they're made of cut glass. I didn't care how smart he was. I think he liked someone not caring.
It would be good, you know, to get along with Cora. I would understand that she's frustrated.
I know it's not the same, but I'm a good listener.
I hope you're as good at being Pathfinder. I said I wouldn't get in the way, and I meant it. But I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you?
Yeah.
An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
I feel sorry for her.
So what brought you out to Andromeda?
Biotics like this. Thinking like an Asari huntress. I never had a place. Best I could be was a useful freak. The initiative was meant to be different. Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise. If you want to talk, I'll be here.
We need to find the arcs for sure. I think we can talk to her a little bit.
Ryder?
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
The Lucinia? Checking every comm that's coming in. Nothing concrete yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we find them.
What did you do while you were part of the Asari military?
4 years in a commando unit called Talane's Daughters. Part of the Council's cross-species military integration initiative. Your time defending Silva's expedition was probably more important. But we did good work. Peacekeeping is a full-time job, even in Asari space.
Tell me about your unit. Yeah, that sounds
What was
interesting.
your commando unit like?
Janae and I were the youngsters. Tethys was our old lady sniper. Kalia patched us up, and Valenza prayed between firefights. Our CO,
Right.
Nasira, led us all over the Athena Nebula and beyond. A huntress's work is never done.
I remember the Athena Nebula quite vividly. We've been there not so long ago.
Who'd pick a fight with the most powerful species in the galaxy?
Themselves, usually. Terrorists, cults,
Themselves.
rogue Ardat Yakshi, people demanding a withdrawal from the Citadel. The Asari were spacefaring when our Roman Empire was new. Didn't fix all their problems. Sometimes you need commandos for that.
You were in the Alliance before you became a huntress, right? What made you join up?
My biotics. I was still living on my parents' cargo freighter when they manifested. Untrained biotic power on a starship means accidents.
Ouch.
But we couldn't afford a tutor. The Alliance had implants, the training, everything. Old history now.
Alright.
Your turn. Remind me why you came to Andromeda.
The Prothean digs woke us up to how much we don't know, and to what humanity's next leap might be.
Yeah.
Then Dad's career collapsed. His AI research made him too toxic.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
Yeah, we needed a fresh start. Probably it was good for the whole family.
We needed to start over somewhere
I
new.
mean, aside from
together,
their mom.
or as together as we could. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
Yeah, probably. Anyone special?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served with?
I had my fun on shore leave. Nothing serious, though. Asari huntresses figure things out, but I was there for soldiering, not romance.
Okay. How do they figure it out? Yeah. I think it's quite obvious. Just curious.
I was
yeah.
just wondering.
Careful. One day I might be this nosy about your personal life.
Yeah. Yeah. War stories.
After 4 years with Asari commandos, he must have some great war stories.
Nasira assassinated a Krogan warlord with a pack of playing cards once.
A pack of cards.
Choking hazard, apparently.
Wow.
Okay. Let me ask once more.
Any more commando war stories?
Always liked Janae. She was only 200, and with me around, she wasn't the kid anymore. She was a biotic prodigy. I once saw her yank an AA gun right off its housing. Crushed a gang of slavers with it.
Oh.
They didn't feel it for long. Janae was a good friend. Maybe she still is back there. Won't be a kid now, though.
Oh, she will be 6 centuries older, right? Yeah, let me ask again. It sounds
Any
fun.
more Commando war stories?
Not just now. I'll try to remember a good one.
Okay, I'll definitely come back to that.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Okay, and we still need to find Peebee. A footnote in Vetra's file indicates that she may have been part of an unnamed mercenary band that was hired to steal sensitive military secrets from a base on Mene. I think that's the moon from Palaven, right? The culprits were never caught. Okay. What's interesting here is that she has disclosed that she is not recognized as a formal citizen of Turian society, never having entered boot camp. That's interesting, because from her behavior and from how she interacts with people, I would have said she's a typical Turian, so that's quite surprising. What's in here?
You're setting up
Oh,
in here, huh?
Peebee.
Yeah, I'm going through what we got out of that vault. If I can crack this data storage box, it'll help with a personal project back on the Nexus. This is a nice, out-of-the-way place where I can tinker, and I can sleep anywhere. It's not exactly homey, but I like that about it. Not really looking for a home. Oh, but I will help you find everyone a home. While I'm with you, at least.
Doesn't want to settle down. The question is, why is she then here?
Should I consider you a temporary addition?
Everything's temporary, Ryder. I get it. You want to know who's on your ship, so you're here to figure out what makes me tick, right?
Something like that? Sure.
Well, I was born in a log cabin on rural Haitiana to simple but loving parents, just trying to... I look forward, not back, Ryder. Why snooze through my life story? Get to know me out in the field while we're uncovering the mysteries of this galaxy. That's why I'm here. Got tired of yawning back home.
That's not really much technically what she said. You should try sleeping more. Boredom drove you? Yeah, that's a good question, because that's how it sounds.
You left everything and everyone you knew because you were bored?
No, I came with someone I knew. Then she got bored with me.
Okay.
Ryder, the Milky Way was so... been there, done that. Even if I hadn't done it, someone had. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I live for the unknown. For the never been done.
Okay. Do we want to be nosy? There must be something more, honestly. It's obvious she's hurt because someone left her, but still... yeah, let's
That's just the one
try
thing
this.
you want me to know about you.
Let's start with that then. Buy me a drink sometime. Who knows what will spill out of my mouth.
Ah, okay.
Tell you what, I need remnant scrap. Remtech, I call it. For projects like the one I mentioned, which you're gonna love, by the by. Promise to bring me what you scrounge, and I'll submit to all your questions.
Okay,
Remtech,
it's
huh?
a good deal.
You got it.
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
Tell me something about the crew.
How do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Vetra. Not your typical military-minded Turian. Liam seems
Yeah,
a lively one. I expect he'll surprise
She's
me.
very Turian.
Drack is, well, old.
Old.
Wonder if he can still learn new tricks.
What about...
Ouch.
Gil smacks of complication. Might take some unraveling. Kallo and Suvi seem busy. I hope they aren't all work, work, work. Who's left?
Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
Yeah, Cora's a professional.
She's exactly what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's a valuable part of my team.
Sure, sure. That comes across too.
There's also Lexi, our doctor. She's an Asari.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
She's trying to avoid the Asari for some reason, okay. Okay.
You really won't tell me what you're working on?
That's right. Next question.
Okay. That was pretty quick.
What was it like for you on the Nexus?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. A resourceful accomplice finagled my early thaw. So I kind of lived off the grid. Snuck around, bullshitted my way onto excursions off station. After I found my first remnant ruin, I started, borrowing shuttles.
Alright, and nobody
I didn't
noticed?
spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
That's interesting. Somebody woke her up, I guess that was this anyone special whom I'm going to ask about.
You mentioned you came to Andromeda with someone.
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder. Just a friend. The one who woke me up early. But now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
Ouch! What the hell happened there? Yeah, it does sound lonely.
I don't know. Don't friends and loved ones make all the effort worthwhile?
I've always been self-motivated. Don't need much more than curiosity to drive me forward.
Well, I can understand that. Partially at least. Alright, let me ask about the remnant.
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Yeah. If they can figure it out, that will be a big leap for them forward. Yeah.
You're off the hook, Peebee. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
They do have both quite a nice view, honestly.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid.
Splendid? Oh, if that's not what I would call it.
It's dangerous, and that's all I see. A mass of destructive, malevolent tentacles. I can appreciate the colors of a coral snake while recognizing that I wouldn't want to get close. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation. You mean a god? Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself.
It's an interesting take. To me, there's no higher power.
There's nothing about the universe that suggests a divine intelligence. And most of what we've seen in Helios is artificial, as you said yourself. Yes, but we're creative beings. Whoever made the Remnant was too. Why should that be proof against a god? Wouldn't a true creator want to pass on the drive to invent?
And I said I don't want to talk about religion on this channel. Yeah, believe what you want. In the end, it's everyone's personal decision.
You are welcome to your beliefs. It's good to have different voices on the team. Excellent. Oh, speaking of the team, I should update the folks back in the Nexus with the latest reports. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I still want to talk to her.
I saw pictures of the vault. Astounding how big it is. And how much of it didn't you see? What if it's way bigger?
Yeah.
What's all that space for?
I was wondering that myself.
With what it has to do, it could go thousands of miles below the surface of the planet. Or completely span it. An underground network. Just a thought, of course. I wouldn't even know where to start hypothesizing how it all works. The Remnant builders, whoever, whatever
that
they were,
scale of something like that.
something far beyond us.
Wow. Yeah, that's a crazy thought. Yeah, let's go through the questions.
When did you start believing in a god?
My parents were both scientists. My home was ruled by rationality. So when I became a teenager, let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a
music.
scientist
Convinced me even more, especially when I got into molecular biology, physics. The patterns I kept seeing over and over again, they were like an artist's watermarks. God, to me, is an artist, an inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
I take it you work closely with the Nexus science team?
I tried to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we discover out here. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth 2 or 3 at least. I work
Okay,
best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
that's okay. That's good to know. So they cooperate.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, the light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't her tech that did it. It was the Geths.
You're kidding. Those killer robots we had in the Milky Way?
Those exact ones. The initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
FTL sensor.
Okay.
So a faster-than-light telescope? They could survey Andromeda as it was?
Not exactly, but it cut down the lag by enough. We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
Yeah, maybe they were looking out for the Reapers, because the Reapers were outside the galaxy, right, between the cycles. Yeah, that might have been the reason.
Did my dad know about this? Why didn't he tell me?
It's possible he didn't know. The Geth are isolationist and hostile. Using the info, even obtaining it in the first place, probably crossed a lot of boundaries.
What do you know about the Remnant's terraforming network?
From what I can tell, the vault is designed to adjust almost everything about a planet. Climate, pH of the
Right.
soil, atmosphere composition. There's even evidence that it can propagate life. If we can
What?
figure out how to control the vaults, we could turn these worlds into perfect habitats.
That's why they found so many habitable planets probably in the cluster, because there was all around this tech. Ah, interesting.
What do you know about the Scourge?
We established that it's artificial. Someone put it there. Or they did something that caused its creation. We don't know why. That's still a mystery.
Yeah, it might as well have been the tech that was failing. Yeah, that's not a bad thought either. Okay, that was interesting.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good?
Glad you stopped by. You'll pardon me if I keep an eye on our vector.
That's probably smart.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
You mentioned something about helping design the Tempest?
Test pilot, mostly. Plunging through the Nemean abyss was almost a preparation for the Scourge. Of course, it took a whole team to build the Tempest. I was the only one to come to Helios, though.
Why did you?
What can I say? We poured our hearts into a ship that wouldn't realize her potential until Andromeda. I could have stood on the shore and waved goodbye, or took the leap to see how it all turned out.
Okay, so curiosity. Oh, I'd have done the same probably.
I get it. Like leaving a good story half finished.
The team liked that one of us was going. It felt right after all we went through. I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil. Tion and O'Connell arguing equations, tapping on the console, 3 drips of coffee on the corner.
You remember all that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
with their memories.
Solarians have photographic memories, and apparently mine's unusually sharp. Like my past is still happening. Though I suppose with the Solarian arc missing, you might not get many chances to compare.
Any word on the Solarian arc? We did find that recording in the last moment there when we were on EOS. I'm wondering when we go out if we find any more clues.
Did you hear anything about the Ark back on the Nexus?
Not a peep. Isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be something. Not that I dislike your company, but it's lonely without other Solarians.
There's Stan. I'm not sure if he's fond of him. Yeah, let's be a bit more reassuring. We'll find them.
Don't sweat it. We'll bring the Solarians home.
Of course we will. I just have to be patient, that's all. I should get back to it, but thank you. I was afraid the Tempest would be mothballed after we lost your father. We built her for this. She deserves to be in a Pathfinder's hands. Please, come by any time.
The question is how much reassuring what I said was, because we found an escape pod. So something happened to that Ark, obviously. Yeah, let me talk to Kallo again.
What can I do for you?
Your opinion on the others?
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Well, I can't talk about Suvi. She's sitting right there.
I'm not listening. You
Okay.
can say whatever you like.
Oh no.
No,
I'm
no.
not falling for that again.
Okay, that was nice. Let me ask if there is any other
What do you think of the rest
answer?
of the crew?
I'll admit it. Gil's rather
Yeah?
irritating. He insists on redesigning systems rather than maintaining them.
He likes to do things his way.
That doesn't make it the right way.
Okay, so Kallo's frustrated. Okay, let me ask again.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Liam's quite fun. Not many humans have that kind of energy. I probably shouldn't have told him there are secret compartments in the armory, though. He's been looking all day.
Okay.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Dr. Tapero seems nice, if quiet. It must be very different here, compared to the Hyperion. Fewer people in stasis shock.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Given Drack's history with Solarians, it's probably better I just stay out of his way. Too bad. That grunion roast he makes smells delicious.
Okay. Yeah, nobody ever said that you cannot talk to him. Come on.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
I like Peebee. But I really hope she doesn't lean on the escape pod's manual release by accident.
Is that easy to do?
It's an escape pod. If it's difficult to use, you're doing it wrong.
Okay. That was
What do you
good.
think of the rest of the crew?
Vetra's very kind. She actually got hold of some dried seaweed snacks for me. Said I needed feeding up.
Whoa. A supply master.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
I don't talk to Cora much. She always seems so busy. There are things I'd like to ask her about your father, but it never seems like a good time.
Maybe she's really trying just to keep herself busy, not to think about some other stuff.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
No, if I gossip anymore, I'll get in trouble.
You did tell a lot. Okay, tell me something about the Solarians.
You know, I haven't actually met many Solarians.
Careful. Depending who you ask, we're conniving spies, genius researchers, or meddling scientists. We have to pack a lot of living into 40-odd years. Everything gets accelerated, lines blur. I just hope we don't repeat our old mistakes out here.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
If you helped to build the Tempest, you must know plenty about her.
Just about everything, by memory. It was quite the effort to get her working. The initiative needed absolutely up-to-date technology, which we all had to coordinate, and some of it was rather tricky to acquire.
Acquire?
Okay.
Legally and above board, of course. Yes. Sadly, the other Pathfinder vessels were lost when the Scourge hit the Nexus. The Tempest is truly unique.
Okay, I don't even want to know where they got the tech from.
Tell me something else about the ship.
Her engine's based on the Ark's Odyssey drive, which got us through dark space. The core takes the static electricity it generates and stores it in capacitors. We basically make our own power supply. It took Serena and Tion weeks to get it working on a smaller ship. And a few electrical shocks.
Poor people.
Tell me something else about the ship.
Our aerospace engineer was Tianada Vasmore, a Quarian fellow, and absolutely fearless. Once, some Omega scrap dealer pulled the "we don't sell to Quarians" nonsense. Tion found a workaround.
What did he do?
He glued a memory foam to his environmental suit, then, during the negotiations, leaned against the drive core he wanted, very casual. It made a perfect mold of the components, and the scrap dealer was none the wiser.
Okay. That was a creative solution. Nice.
Tell me something else about the ship.
The glass on board? It's actually a clear oxide and nanofiber compound. It bends rather than shattering.
How tough is it? We're only an arm's length away from hard vacuum.
Our testing involved 3 drunk Krogan with sledgehammers and a C-Sec battering ram. It's sturdy.
C-Sec battering ram.
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal and we, added a few embellishments. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
Okay, whoever wrote this guy has done it right. I like that humor here.
Tell me something else about the ship.
I'm all out of stories for now. Sorry. You'll have to make some new ones.
I'll definitely come back.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Okay, let me have a look at the galaxy map before we go to the Nexus. Yeah, standing here, whoa. That's an interesting view. My ability level 82%. Yeah, that's good. And it's showing me also which tasks are open still. Okay, system view.
I'm picking up something.
Oh, there are a couple of planets which we didn't look at yet.
I'm picking up something.
Alright. Anomaly detected. There is something.
Probe away. Satellite detected.
A scientific monitoring satellite launched by early explorers to Eos. Its mission was abandoned when the original settlement of Eos failed, but it has gathered valuable data. Okay. Gained 50 Milky Way research data. I like that. There is something here, I think. Yeah. It's such a shining white dot, I have noticed.
Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Oh, good. So I have to look around very closely when I'm in a solar system. Iron deposit. Oh, nice. Wow. I mean, I love how it looks. That's the black hole. It's awesome.
Anomaly detected.
Okay, let me check. There is something.
Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Oh, good. Nice. And I think we can look at the cluster map. I think we need to go back to the Nexus.
Familiar territory.
The Nexus has been here for months. Still not enough time to survey it all.
And we have a lot of tasks and missions here. And this is it for today. I hope you had fun watching. Please don't hesitate to leave me a comment and any advice or suggestions for this first time playthrough. It would be all much appreciated. The next part of this series will appear here once the new video is published, and until then, thank you very much, stay tuned and game on!